Hey Most Amazing Top 10 family, I'm your host Chade Arena and welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. Doppelgangers are legends that date back thousands of years. Whether it's spectral, demonic, or just an evil twin that got out of the basement, there are so many stories about kings, queens, and just everyday people running into disturbingly realistic counterparts, and that's why I'm bringing you today's list of top 10 scary doppelgangers you won't believe. As always, I would love it if you could like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell, and stick around for the whole video because I'm going to be doing more pet shoutouts. I know you guys love them so much. Remember, you can always hit me up on Instagram if you want me to give out a shout out to your pet, and if you need more Most Amazing Top 10 content, go check out the Most Amazing Top 10 Instagram page. If anyone at home needs some merch, go check out the link below. Use the offer code MA10, which means you can get $5 off. So you can grab a t-shirt for like 10 bucks, which is an amazing deal. And without taking any longer, let's get into this video. And we're going to kick off this list with the OG Empress of Russia. She was there back in the 1700s and her name was Catherine the Great. Now, I don't know a lot about history, so I can't tell you why she was nicknamed the Great, but from the little research I did, it seemed like she was unfazable. She didn't get shook by anything, which is basically what happened in this upcoming story. She was unfazed. One night she was walking into her royal chambers and one of her guards stopped her. He came to tell her that they saw someone who looked identical to her walk into her throne room. Catherine wasn't having any of this. She knew that she was the only person in the kingdom who could look that good. She took some of her royal guards into the throne room and lo and behold, there was a doppelganger sitting on her throne. So Catherine was obviously like, kill this chick, she's an imposter and she's stealing my look and we won't have that. Now this is where the story goes dry. I couldn't find out a clear-cut answer on what happened when they attacked the doppelganger. The guards definitely did attack it, but I couldn't find out if it evaporated like a ghost or something, or if it was an assassin dressed up like Catherine. All that I know is that not long after, Catherine the Great was dead. At number 9, we have Angelina Jolie and Chelsea Marr. Celebrity lookalikes are a pretty common thing. Some people are able to make a whole career off of it. You can actually get work in Hollywood being a body double for some famous person. That sounds amazing. I want to get paid for my looks, but I can't find anyone to pay me to do it. I guess I'm just ugly. But this one is so similar, it's a little creepy. These two look so similar, so much so that people on the internet have started a rumor that this Chelsea Marr figure could be a time traveler. If this is true, it's probably the most unfair thing that I have ever heard of. That would mean Angelina Jolie is super hot, a movie star, a millionaire, and a time lord. While I'm at home, I can get my furnace to work in the winter. Something creepy about this Chelsea Marr person is that I tried to track her down on social media, but I couldn't find her. It's like she just vanished into thin air. Or maybe she just deleted her accounts because everyone was harassing her because she looks like Angelina Jolie. That could have happened too. Alright, for our number 8 spot, we're going to be heading back to the 17th century. We have Percy Shelley. This guy was a poet back in the day, and he said he had many encounters with a spectral doppelganger. This thing would fly into his room at night, and he said it once floated up to him and said, "How long do you mean to be content?" A very creepy sentence for a ghost to spit at you. How about you stop it with the riddles and you leave my room so I can get some beauty sleep? He had so many encounters with this ghostly lookalike that even his friend Jane Williams said she saw the ghostly figure walk down a path that Percy usually walked down. She said that she was positive that it was a ghost and it wasn't the real guy. At number 7, we have Jimmy Fallon and Mahir Khayan. Jimmy Fallon is of course the former SNL star who is banging at guitar and who now hosts a late night show where celebrities play little games and every video of them breaks the internet. Mahir Khayan was a Turkish revolutionary who fought for socialist rights and to bring down corruption and a dictatorship. He died fighting for his freedom and some people still celebrate him to this day. You couldn't have two people who are farther from each other, but you gotta take a look at this picture. They look insanely similar. Literally the only difference between them is the mustache. This is what Jimmy Fallon would look like if he had enough testosterone to grow facial hair. Did Mahir Khayan stumble across the fountain of youth in his quest for freedom? Did he abandon his lust for revolution and just say, I want to be famous instead? Well, if Jimmy Fallon ever grows a lip caterpillar, then we'll know. At number 6, we have Queen Elizabeth I. She was known for being beautiful, fair, cool, she could do backflips, was the best in the land at Pogs, and knew all the best spots for grilled cheese. Also, she was composed. Some of those are obviously made up, but she was known for being very chill. She had great vibes, like her vibes were unreal, man. So this doppelganger thing really threw her off. The story goes that she was walking into her bedroom, and then laying on her bed was a ghost version of herself. This ghostly twin didn't move, it didn't speak to her, it just laid there. All of Queen Elizabeth's servants told her that she should be worried, that this is a sign of death, and not long after this strange omen presented itself, she was dead as a doornail. So if you ever see a ghost version of yourself laying there in your bed still, you should start watching the Fast and the Furious movies, because you're never gonna get another chance to see them. And what else would you do with your last remaining hours? Of course, you want to watch Fast and the Furious. At number 5, we have Double Brother. I snagged this one off of Reddit and it is creepy. So this Redditor wrote about a morning where he was woken up from his brother screaming his name from downstairs. He gets up, walks downstairs into the living room where his brother was sitting, and as soon as he walked into the room, his brother just looked at him with this blank stare. It looked like all the blood left his face. He asked his brother what was wrong. He said that he had just walked past him and he had this creepy smile, and that's why his brother was yelling his name. Then the bathroom door slammed shut. There was no one else home with them. The two of them got up, ran over to the bathroom, opened the door to check what was in there, but when they opened the door, there was nothing in there. Who was this spectral being from this Redditor story? Did his brother just misremember him walking down the stairs, or was there something darker trying to get close to this family? At number 4, we have Who's That Girl? Alright, we have another one pulled right from the wonderful universe of Reddit. This one was written by Redditor Quiet Voice 4846. She wrote about her experience with a doppelganger she had when she was pregnant. She was in the later stages of her pregnancy, so at night she would go to the bathroom several times. One night, every time she went, she could see a shadow figure of herself in the corner of her eye. When she looked at it, it would disappear. She never told her husband because she didn't want to acknowledge that this was happening. Then one night, her and her husband were sleeping next to each other, and after she woke up, her husband told her that he saw a shadow figure of herself get up from the bed, walk to the bedroom door, and then when he looked down to see if she was in the bed, she was still sleeping next to him, and when he looked up, the shadow figure was gone. She then told her husband everything that had been happening to her, and that's where the story ends. I don't have an update on the mom, the dad, the baby, or the shadow monster. At number 3, we have Mom. Alright, we got another one right from Reddit. This one was written by Redditor Hyperham51197. There's a lot of Hyperhams out there. Well, she writes that one day her and her dad were sitting in the kitchen eating. They were just hanging out, chilling out, doing normal stuff. Then they both saw her mom walk through the kitchen from the living room into her bedroom. A couple minutes later, Hyperham got up to go into the living room and saw her mom still sleeping on the couch. She told her dad, who was now terrified. The two of them then approached the bedroom door, but both of them were too afraid to open it. She said that her dad was so afraid he wouldn't even sleep in the bedroom that night. At number 2, we have Abraham Lincoln. It seems like the theme with some of these doppelgangers is if they show up, this is a sign from the future. Well, the sign is mostly death. So far there hasn't been a doppelganger that shows up that's like, hey, you should talk to your crush. I think she likes you. I don't know, it might work out. Well, Abraham Lincoln did see a doppelganger, and it wasn't about his crush. It was the night he was elected President of the United States of America. And from all the commotion, he was feeling a little worn out, so he decided to take a nap. When he woke up, he looked in a mirror and saw his reflection, but also saw a ghostly version of himself standing behind himself. He thought this was very strange, but his wife freaked out. She thought this was crazy. Her prediction was that he would be elected president a second time. That's why there was 2 Abes, but because one of the Abes was more ghostly, she thought he wouldn't live to the end of his second term. And we all know what happened to old Honest Abe during his second term. He got shot in the head in a theater. It was a huge bummer. Bad vibes. And number 1 on our list is Emily Sagi. This is one of the most famous cases of doppelganger activity. Emily Sagi was a teacher back in 1845. She was known for 3 things: working hard, playing hard, and having a doppelganger that would appear and scare people. The crazy thing about Emily's doppelganger is Emily never saw it, but her students, peers, and employers all did. It almost seems like they were pranking her, like, oh, you have a doppelganger. And she's like, what? And they're like, oh, it was right there. On more than one occasion, her students saw the doppelganger appear behind her while she was teaching. It would mimic her movements. On other times, they would see the doppelganger walk right behind her while she was passing through the hallways. The creepiest account of this is when Emily wasn't even in the classroom. She had left the kids in the class to study while she was out attending in the garden. The doppelganger then appeared in her chair and then just sat and watched the kids, which is very convenient. You can leave and have your ghost twin play lookout while you're getting some chores done. That's great. This got so bad and there were so many complaints about Emily's uninvited teacher aide that she got fired from her job. That's nuts. They were like, hey, you know, you're a great teacher, we love you, but you got a ghost. You got a ghost with you and it's freaking everyone out, so you gotta go. You can't stay here with your weird ghost. Sorry, lady. Alright everyone, that is our list, and as promised, I'm gonna be doing more pet shoutouts. We're gonna be starting off with Eduardo's dog, Piper. She has 2 high ponies, she's rocking them so good, and she's got great fashion sense. Good boy or girl. It's Piper, probably a good girl. Next we have Rochelle's dog Sharae and Titan. Sharae passed away, which is very sad, but now the family has her little beautiful pup Titan to start new. Then we got Derek's dog Bella, all snugged up in a little blanket like a little legend. Once again, this dog looks like a blanket thief. It seems like we got all dogs on today's list. Lisa wants a shout out for her dogs Tippy and Sassy. These 2 dogs look like buds, very good doggos with a solid doggo bond. And finally we have Ben's cat Snowball. Perfectly white, sitting in a box, has an awesome cat stare. Snowball has a great look. And everyone, that is our list. Thank you all so much for tuning in. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell. If you need more Most Amazing Top 10 content, go check us out on Instagram and Facebook. If you want some merch, use the link below. Use the offer code MA10 to get $5 off, which means you can grab a shirt for $10, which is a great deal. And until next time, I've been Jade Arena. I need to find my doppelganger so he can wingman me. Like 2 of us at the same time, no one can resist.